Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, June the 1st, Dare Day, Dinosaur Day, Don't Give Up the Ship Day, Fisherman's Day. So I think there's a couple things going on there that are maybe tied together. National Olive Day. I'm a big fan of olives.
I love olives.
Oscar the Grouch Day. I'm a big fan of Oscar the Grouch. Stand for Children Day. I'm a big fan of children. And it's Wear a Dress Day. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. All of those things happening. And then, that's all Saturday. What else is on Sunday, the 2nd of June? I Love My Dentist Day. National Rocky Road Day. National Leave the Office Early Day. That ought to be easy this year. It's on a Sunday. National Cancer Survivors Day. If you're a cancer survivor, give yourself a big hug today. And if you know somebody who is a cancer survivor, give them a big hug. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. And I have a guest joining me. We're going to be chatting with Matt Matthews. He's a funny guy. He's a comedian, but he's also an influencer. We're going to chat with him and be influenced by him in a bit.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Sometimes firstborn children, people like Heidi, think they are smarter than their siblings. And a 2020 study backs them up. Wait a minute.
I
what?
definitely don't think I'm smarter than my
your brother's
sibling.
pretty smart, though. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh and the University of Sydney found that the eldest children, like Heidi, tend to have higher IQs than their younger brothers or sisters.
So not my case.
They tend to perform better in school. Heidi just didn't really go. And even earn more income. Why? Not because firstborn children receive greater emotional support at home, but because their parents pay special attention to develop their thinking skills. It was determined that later-born children receive comparatively less encouragement in this area from their parents. Yeah, you know what? I could agree with that.
I think there might be a little bit of truth to that.
Well, of course.
With our child, especially
Yeah.
our children.
A little
we
bit.
kind of worked a lot harder on...
Our son is super smart, and our daughter is super
She
awesome.
is so smart, too.
She is.
But in different ways.
Yeah, street
Yeah.
smarts.
Yeah.
Something like that. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know that Japanese have square watermelons? Have you seen these before?
I have seen them, and I would love they grow them that way on purpose so that they don't
here's the
roll
thing.
around and
They are ornamental plants, and they are not edible, so they don't actually eat them.
Oh, they can't eat them.
No.
Oh, well,
I
that's
don't know that
weird.
they apparently they don't taste good, so I don't know that they're not. You couldn't eat them; they're just not good. So that's kind of weird. All right, we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's daughter appears to have dropped the Pitt from her last name. On the playbill for the new musical, The Outsiders, she is on there, but it's just got, it does not have Pitt. It's just Jolie.
Oh, that's interesting.
15 years young is how young she is. And not immediately clear if she's legally changed her name, but representatives for both Jolie and Pitt could not be reached for comment on this extremely important story. And the iconic home from the 1990 classic Christmas film Home Alone is up for sale. Guess how much that home is?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even begin.
5.2 million.
Holy cow.
9,100 square feet. It's just outside of Chicago. It's listed on the old internet. The current owner says they've reimagined it for modern day luxury. The home was beautiful during the movie. Back in the late 80s, it came out in 1990.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure
filmed
it's
in the late
outdated
80s.
now.
But it's not. It's updated. It was rented out on Airbnb over the holidays in 2021 for just $25 per person. That would have been kind of cool to stay there. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Research shows that teens interested in Facebook is dwindling. So there's
That's
fewer
been happening for a while.
Yeah. But I guess it's gotten to a breaking point where if you even mention Facebook to a kid, they're going to roll their eyes. What's that? Oh, they're always rolling their eyes. And I told you this the other day, and then I lost it. I couldn't find the thing anywhere, but here's the stat that I was telling you about. Watermelon has health benefits for dogs.
Yeah, we talked about
my
that.
beautiful bride Heidi over here. She got a watermelon, chopped it all up, and had it. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm going to give some to the dogs because it's good for dogs." And she's like, "It is." I'm like, "Oh, didn't I already tell you that?" So I didn't even know where I had put it, but here it is. Yeah, watermelon has health benefits for dogs, and it is good news for anyone who has been awakened early on a Sunday morning by an over-conscientious neighbor who feels the need to clean their lawn or clear it of scraps of debris every weekend morning before 8 a.m. A group of Johns Hopkins University engineers students were tasked with the assignment of taking a leaf blower and making it quiet. Not just that, it had to work just as powerfully as it did before, but without emitting the ear-piercing racket that's gotten units banned in some communities. And guess what? They did it.
Nice.
They came up with an improved leaf blower design that drops the overall noise by about 40%, almost entirely erases the obnoxious frequencies, because part of it is not necessarily that it's loud, it's just that the frequencies that those noise levels are in. And not only is it quieter, but it's more pleasant. The design is patent pending. Stanley Black & Decker expects to be selling them in about 2 years. And even better, they say this solution could be adapted to quiet other loud, irritating appliances like vacuums and hair dryers.
Nice.
So they come up with some pretty good stuff once in a while. I'm glad they worked on that one because, boy, that was bugging me.
Was it?
No, not at all.
Doesn't bug
I have
me
two
either.
leaf blowers. Sometimes I have one in each hand. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with a very funny stand-up comic, Matt Matthews. And Matt, you're on tour right now, right?
Yes, sir. You are correct.
So are you like staying in hotels? Did I wake you up like early somewhere? You had a late show last night and I'm prying you out of bed to do this?
No, actually, I am home this weekend. So y'all are just prying me on the phone to do interviews.
Nice. So now you've got quite the following on TikTok and social media, and you're doing stand-up comedy. Let's go back to the very beginning for a young Matt Matthews. What was the very first thing you did that was kind of the thing that opened your eyes to, hey, I think this could be a fun future?
Well, I grew up always wanting to be a performer. Music and singing is what was my first love. I never really pursued that growing up, and I went to nursing school trying to play the safe route. That was not what I thought it was, and so I dropped out of nursing school, and I lived in a trailer park, and I started a photography career. And I did photography, I still do photography. I've had a boudoir business for over a decade, and it's been absolutely incredible and been one of the most incredible careers that I could have asked for. And I started posting just kind of my life on the internet and, my daily life of taking care of my animals on the farm in my bathrobe. And from there, it just kind of skyrocketed into a comedy career.
I love that. Now, when you do comedy on stage compared to doing things on TikTok, how different is that? That's got to be quite a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. So, doing doing TikTok videos is just, none of that's scripted either. I just kind of take care of my animals and whatever happens. And I'm cussing my animals out basically like folks cuss out their kids. And so my stand-up is obviously very different. It is stand-up comedy, and I really kind of pride myself on not being a traditional stand-up comic. I don't tell punchlines or set up a joke. I'm really a comedic storyteller, and I just kind of talk about my life and how I grew up and how I got to where I am today.
I love that. Now, in the comedy world, there's a comic named Fluffy that people know about, and you have a connection to Fluffy, but a whole different Fluffy. You're Chicken Fluffy.
Yeah. I had a chicken named Fluffy that the world absolutely loved. And she kind of started all of this. She kind of started the farm tour videos and, even my transition into comedy. So it was pretty special.
That is awesome. And the comedy tour that you're on right now, I'm gonna give this a whirl. Matt, you tell me if I say this right. When that thang get the Thang-n. Did I say that right? Was it even close?
Yeah. When that thing gets a thangin'.
There you go. See, you sound so much better coming from you.
Yeah, you just got to put a little swag and a little southern.
That was coming out of an old man filter here. That's what it is. I don't know what I'm talking about, Matt.
Okay.
So the tour, it's going on right now. How many more stops do you have, and are you still adding locations on the tour right now?
So we've been on tour for a little over. It's been over a year now. So February was a year that we've been on tour. I think in July when I film my special, that'll be like 120 shows. And we're not adding any more for this specific show. So this tour will end in July, and then I'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll start back with the new tour and new material.
And you're filming your special July 20th, Birmingham, Alabama. Is there a specific reason that was the location chosen? Is that kind of where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Birmingham, and this is my hometown, and it's the theater that I grew up watching movies in, and it's just a really beautiful historic theater, and I couldn't have thought of a better place to film the special, so I'm really excited to be able to do that in my hometown.
Well, that is so exciting. I'm going to throw a link to the tour so folks can find you if you happen to be in the neighborhood. And then also when that special is out, we'll make sure to watch that and share that as well. Matt, thank you for your time, and thank you for living your life in front of the lens like this, because there are a lot of people who are funny people. There are a lot of people who have, silly things that happen, but they never share it. So I love the fact that you're sharing this and you're letting other people chuckle along with you, and you're climbing on stage and sharing these stories. I think that's awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Again, our guest today, Matt Matthews. He's on tour right now. You heard him say the name of the tour. You heard me try to say it. When that thang get a Thang-n. I didn't say it right, I'm sure. But I've got a link to all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
at bettercreditcards.com.
to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you take out the present day scenes and the credits, the movie Titanic is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. That's the same length of time it took for the real Titanic to sink after it hit the iceberg.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that they did that. That was by design, I'm sure. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Incredible Hulk was supposed to be gray, but they had ink problems, and the comic was printed, and then it turned out green. So then they were like, well, let's just go with that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you correct for weight differences, men are proportionally stronger than horses.
Ooh.
Yeah. Come on, horse. I'll take you on. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Martha Stewart was a millionaire, but then she went to prison and became a billionaire. Yeah. In prison, she became a billionaire.
How does that work?
It worked because all of a sudden she was in the news and all of her stuff started selling, and like a whole new audience started liking the lady when they started picking on her. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Albert Einstein, the genius fella.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein never wore socks. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but apparently,
I don't know why anybody.
I don't know. Somebody
to know that.
made a note of it. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
So, how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. If money were no object, 15% of us say we would want to go here on vacation. Not me, not you.
I don't know.
The answer is space.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
15% say I'd go to outer space if it it wasn't expensive. I am not one of those people. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A robot in Japan has set a new world record for solving a Rubik's Cube. Guinness recognizes a time of 0.305 seconds, so less than a second. 0.305 seconds.
That's not fair.
No, the Mitsubishi electric machine, breaking the previous record of 0.075 seconds. The robot's time was more than 10 times faster than the best ever human.
That's
set
not
last
fair.
year at 3.13 seconds. Yeah, Max Park is the human that can solve a Rubik's Cube in 3 seconds. The time of 0.035 seconds achieved by the robot is about the same amount of time it takes for a human to blink. So
I don't think that should count.
Well, it's not like
If
they're
now
competing.
all of a sudden we're going to have records broken by machines.
Every robot is now held by computers.
I mean,
you know what? It takes me less than a second to solve a Rubik's Cube if there's only one thing I got to turn. Otherwise, yeah, I'm in trouble. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. It's a weekend, so I have some weekend camping tips.
All
The
right.
guitar of the noisy teenager at the campsite next to you makes excellent kindling. You can duplicate the warmth of a down-filled bedroll by climbing into a plastic garbage bag with several Canadian geese. Okay, that's nice.
Wow.
You can compress the diameter of your rolled-up sleeping bag by running it over with your car a few times. I don't think any of these are real. I'm
pretty sure.
A potato baked in the coals for 1 hour is an excellent meal. A potato baked in the coals for 3 hours is an excellent hockey puck. Oh, nice. You'll never be lost if you remember that moss always grows on the north side of your compass.
Jeez.
A lot of hostility can be released by using newspaper photos of politicians for toilet paper. Yeah. An emergency, a drawstring from a parka hood can be used to quiet a snoring tent mate. And our final thing for weekend camping tips, sleeping under the stars has nothing to do with the TV competition. So there you go. I don't know why I read it, but I did. Weekend camping tips. It's your list.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today comes from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So this is Matthew Broderick's character, Ferris Bueller.
Such a great
says,
movie.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
That's true.
That's a good quote. And I'm not sure why I got a quote from a movie, but it's nice. Thank you for sharing. It's from 1986, by the way. Quote of the day. And if you haven't seen it, that should be...
It's got to be on your list. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com from Los Angeles. A Texas teenager wins prestigious award for inventing a device that filters microplastics from water. That's
I
pretty
like
cool.
that.
So there's a couple of young innovators, Victoria Au and Justin Hong, both 17 years old, and they're from Texas. They developed a pioneering device that uses ultrasound technology to filter out harmful microplastics from water. How cool is that?
That's very cool.
Their invention has earned them the esteemed Gordon E. Moore Award at a recognition of International Science and Engineering Fairs. It's a ISEF. I did not get an invite this year. Prestigious annual competition administered by the Society for Science, a nonprofit organization based in Washington, D.C. All right, so we're all over the country with this because it's in Los Angeles. They're from Texas, but this thing is based in D.C. Microplastics, for those of you that don't know, are minuscule particles resulting from the breakdown of plastic waste, and they're pervasive contaminants that infiltrate water sources and food supplies.
That's what I was going to say. Is what
and
it
even
was.
the human bloodstream. Addressing this critical environmental and public health issue was something that really mattered to these two, so they came up with this device to employ a novel ultrasound filtration system to effectively remove these particles of water. That's kind of cool.
It's really cool.
I'm glad
actually.
that they did this. This is really neat. And I'm glad that they won an award as well. And there's a video here of them getting the award, and there's also photos here. They demonstrated the impressive efficiency of the device during testing, and they showed everybody how this thing works. And I still don't quite understand how it works, and I'm on the website right now. But if you're smart and you want to take a peek, I do have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.